360 Sport is a show where we always want to go around the world of different sport that exist in Nigeria, also beyond. This place, there is no issue of football being the ultimate. We just want to make sure we balance it. Well, we'll be looking at cycling, where Paris 2024 Olympic qualifiers, about 5 Nigerian cyclists are right now already in Glasgow, Scotland, ahead of the competitions that is beginning today. Well, good one for those Nigerians, as they will be representing us in the UCI Nations Cup taking place in Scotland. Welcoming you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Well, we quickly look at the first, as I said earlier, where 5 Nigerians right now, they were in Glasgow, Scotland, for the UCI Nations Cup, that will also serve as qualifiers for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. Well, we hope that they will be able to qualify, because the 5 athletes rolled out by the Nigerian Cycling Federation are already in Glasgow. And let's look at the list of those athletes as we speak. Ese Ekpeseraye, Tawakalitu Yakin, Mary Samuel, Grace Ayuba, and have Treasure Cousin. These are the 5 ladies that will be flying high the flag of Nigeria in the competition that is taking place in Scotland. As we speak right now, it's ongoing. It will be ending the next 4 days, and we hope that these athletes, rather, yes, they're actually athletes, the cyclists, they will do us proud. The president of that federation, Masari, has been doing everything possible to support Nigerian cycling, and that sport is really fetching us a lot of medals, and we hope that we get it better. Hopefully, these Nigerian cyclists will also do well in this competition and qualify for Paris 2024 Olympics that will be coming up in Paris, France. Yes, joining me in the studio is Ede Charles. Good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Good one. I just rolled out some Nigerians there, especially, actually they are all ladies. Yeah. They are already in Glasgow, Scotland. They will be riding for Nigeria. They'll be cycling. And I love the fact that we are not talking football now. We are talking cycling. I always want to at least talk about other sports for people to see that it's not only in football that you can try. You can actually thrive. You can thrive in other sports that is so fun, that you like.
Yeah, you can try with other sports as well. It's just that in Nigeria, that's where we put a lot of our focus on, and I feel like that needs to change a little bit, because Nigerians are good at a lot of things, a lot of sports. I'm not sure there's really any sports that you bring to the table that you can't find Nigerians who are good at it, except you are talking about like winter-related sports, since we don't really have any sort of winter or snow here. But generally in sports, we have the personnel and the people to, you know, take us to the next level. We just need to pay more attention to the talents and, you know, source for more sponsorships to make sure that we have the right training facilities and the right attention are given to these sports. And I think we'll excel.
And to let you know that actually, even though we don't have snow in Nigeria, do you know that we have Nigerians that are actually competing in those sports?
Yeah, definitely.
Look at bobsled and skeleton. Nigeria did well, at least just to qualify for the Olympics. If you remember, the like of Shane or the goal.
Yeah, we had a rave about it last time.
Despite the fact that we don't have that particular weather condition that will make the sports domicile here, but we have athletes who really felt, okay, we can venture into this in another place and represent Nigeria, yes. And they did. Good one, we've been looking at cycling story trending, where 5 Nigerian female cyclists are already in Scotland, Glasgow precisely, to represent Nigeria in the UCI Nations Cup. That will sound at least as a qualifier for the Paris 2024 Olympics, and we really want to give kudos to the president of that cycling federation, who has been doing well. This man is not a Nigerian, but already is a Nigerian, because at least for him to have contested that election and won, he is a Nigerian. He has been supporting Nigerian cycling for a very long time. Chief Masari is an Italian Nigerian, and really is doing well to promote cycling in this country. Now we move away from cycling. Let's go basketball, the dunk and slam sport. A lot of people really like this sport, and now we look at the NBA playoff series in the Eastern Conference playoffs, where Brooklyn Nets defeated lost against Boston Celtic. Good one in that game. Well, you just have to give it up to Joel and give it up in They did well, 104 against 101. Toronto Raptors. Fantastic. He scored maybe a 3-pointer and also having 33 points. And you look at Chicago Bulls against Milwaukee Bucks, 140 to 110. Well, Gianni Antetokounmpo was at his best. He was able to score 33 points, but It wasn't good enough for the team. Milwaukee Bucks lost that game 114 to 110. Well, from the way it is, we just have to look at all these results because it's still ongoing. Toronto Raptors, they lost that game over there at the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. It will still continue to run. Talking about the NBA playoff in the Eastern and Western conferences, these games will be coming up, and we'll continue to give you more of these results. Kudos to all the teams that played, not giving up at all. Philadelphia 76ers, they show class, and you have to give it up to the likes of Boston Celtics, and not forgetting Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Well, we move away from NBA now. We quickly come back home as we look at football. Well, just recently, Kano Pillars, Katsina United, they play a particular match in Kano at the Sani Abacha Stadium, and that particular match did not end well. It turned out to be a fracas. A lot of issues being generated there. Although we've heard from the chairman of the club talking about not being happy that unruly fans attacked this particular boss you are seeing that belongs to Katsina United. But just yesterday, Governor of Kano State, Governor Ganduje, saying, well, Kano State government, they will replace Katsina United boss, not just to renovate, though they will rather repair, but they will replace it because of the relationship they have with Katsina, and also the fact that Katsina hosted them for a while before they actually got back home before this incident. But from the way it is, I love the fact that Kano State government have been able to try to manage this particular scenario.
But this is not a scenario for the Kano State government. Yes, they should get involved, but it's what I'm always saying, and this is part of the reason why the league is where it is. We should be hearing from the governor, yes, no doubt, but we should first be hearing from the body in charge of the MPFL. So what fines are going to put in place?
They've done that. LMC have done that.
So those are the things, and I feel like these things keep happening because I personally don't think that the regulations are strict enough, because this is a reoccurrent happening in the MPFL. I won't lie, I don't like it. It's not nice to see, because almost every game you always know that there's a possibility of some mayhem or some chaos happening, and that is where the league has problems. So even if we have like the biggest sponsorships, or the league gets the attention that it deserves, if we do not address these little things, the league cannot elevate. Our disciplinary actions and our disciplinary bodies have to step up. If not, the MPFL will go nowhere. This is our major problem in the MPFL before doing anything else. Regulation is very low.
LMC roll out some verdict against Kano Pillars. Number one, that yes, they will be paying 9 million naira.
Yes.
Number one. Number two, they have been banished to Abuja to play their games here in Abuja. Sani Abacha Stadium forthwith has been banned from hosting matches.
Okay.
And they deducted 3 points from Kano Pillars' point.
Okay,
and
great.
Also another 3 points, although suspended, looking at if such did not occur again. You understand? If such occur, another 3 points will be deducted, but already it's suspended. But 3 points has been deducted, 9 million naira, replace or repair this boss, but which Kano State government say, okay, they will replace
the boss.
And 3 points at stake here. It's gone already. They've been deducted. And you look at, they have been banished also to Abuja.
I stand corrected then. Like, I mean, if we keep taking this type of actions, then the clubs and the fans would learn that this kind of behavior is not fit for the sport of football. Because we know that this sport is all about, there's a rivalry, definitely, but we show a lot of love, and there's a spirit of sportsmanship also. Just like in the Liverpool game against United, you could see by the 70th minute the level of love that the Liverpool fans showed to Cristiano Ronaldo, despite him playing for the opposition club. So there's rivalry, but we need to show each other respect. And hopefully these actions would teach our league to show each other more respect.
But from the way it is, I think, although he said they are setting up committee to unravel those behind it. And I look at times when things like this happen, we begin to look for who are those that did it. Yes, it's very good. But at times, do you know that we can actually pick up wrong person? who did not even participate in
Yeah,
throwing
but
stones.
that boils down to the organization also. So little things like just maybe cameras and
yes,
a
videos,
proper
pictures.
ticketing system. That is part of the issue. A proper ticketing system is not in place. Whereas you can, because in the so-called beggar leagues abroad, when these things happen and they find these people are banned from the stadium. But now, in our situation, when we do not have the right set of equipment to actually record and fish out these people and say, okay, these are the people that did it, this is how it happened. You can bring out video or pictures and show that, okay, this and this and this and this and this. And these people are now properly put in the books at the stadium that these players are banned from watching games here for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Those kind of things are the things that create safety around the sport. So we just need to put a lot more in place to ensure more discipline.
And for the fact that this unruly fans, because from the way it is, like 2 days or 3 days ago, the chairman of the club, Surajo, was saying, okay, they are not happy for the fact that those fans that did this, they are unruly, they did that because 2 years ago, Katsina United, something happened, and maybe they want to retaliate and all that. But from the way it is, I think it's high time we begin to drop that idea of retaliation and face the fact that if you are beaten or if you are losing at home or if you are trailing, after all, the match was even 0-0 as at the time, at the 79th minute, before the 88th minute that it was stopped. It was 0-0. And they were at home in Katsina before they get a nod to come and play in Sani Abacha Stadium. And coming back home for the first time, and this happened. Now the cinema has been banned. You look at the fact that really they are at loss because you have been at a place for a while. They move you back home, and the first match you are going to play at home, you actually aired, and you are being asked for it. They are being asked right now, and now they are no longer going to be playing in Abacha Stadium, in Abuja here. You look at the distance from Abuja to Kano. Their fans will not be able to, except few, that will be able to follow them here. Yeah, and you know, Abuja, if you look at FCT, when teams come here, they always want to see it as a neutral ground. They always want to hold it against the home team. When Katsina Utd was here, people were coming to get points, to see that, yes, this is a neutral ground to them in football. But when you go to those states that belongs to the club you are facing, they have fear that, okay, it's their home team. Supporters will come out en masse to support them. So they will feel it now because Abuja is their neutral ground. And the teams that will be playing them too in Abuja will say, okay, this is an opportunity for us to also get some points against Ghana players.
And that's why you see that in football, like the Champions League, the finals are usually played on a neutral ground. So, like you said, they've lost that advantage. You don't have the force of your fan base behind you to push you and support you and give you that morale. So, like you said, everybody's going to come here with the mindset that this is neutral ground. Let's come and get points. So, it's their loss, but because this has become a pattern with them. So, aside these fines that have been placed on them and this action placed on them, I think there should be. It might sound harsh, but I feel like it should be like a final strike. If this happens again, then a more permanent solution needs to be placed on them.
Okay, we've been looking at Kano Pillars versus Katsina United issue that happened in their league match day. Well, as it is, Kano Pillars owners, that's the Kano State government, and say, okay, we will replace the boss of Katsina United to foster unity and to continue the friendship and brotherly attitude that they have together. Good one there. Hopefully, things will get better in Nigeria, and leagues always happening. That fight here and there. Fans need to understand it's not a do or die affair. Football is just business. Sport is always business, not to kill or to maim or to destroy bosses. We've been looking at that now. Let's look at matches that are actually ongoing right now in Nigeria. MPFL matches. Quickly, those fixtures are for you there. You have Enyimba against the same team we've been talking about, Kano Pillars. They are playing away to Enyimba. What will happen as they are away to Enyimba right now? Sunshine Stars of Akure at home against Rivers United, the table topper. And you have MFM of Lagos against Wiki Tourists. They are home. And you have Atlan. Atlan of will be playing home. So the second on the log, Plateau United, Aqua United, defending champion, plays hosting Nasarawa United at Goswell Kwabio Stadium in Uyo there. Those are the fixtures. But for look at this match. Eyimba Kano Pillars is a very big match. A lot of people will be paying attention to that game. Can Eyimba dislodge Kano Pillars? With what happened with Kano Pillars and Katsina, do you think it could have any effect on the players?
It could. It could. So, because you need your fan base behind you a lot of the time, yes. So I feel like all this noise around their team right now can be very distracting. So, and especially now they are going to play away.
And they are playing Eyimba.
And you know, Eyimba has strong support system. They are one of what we call the OGs in the MPFL. So I feel like it's going to have a big effect on them, and Eyimba might just edge it.
But to let you know that, yes, I know Eyimba might just have it, but Kano Pillars, really, they are one of the biggest teams when it comes to MPFL.
True.
They have experience, they have everything it takes. But just like you said, that particular incident with all the noise could have effect on the players. Yeah. But hopefully, the same Sugida boys will prove people wrong and actually come to the occasion against Eyimba, the Uzobu Eyimba, the team that will be doing business. As we are speaking, that match is ongoing. And now, still talking about the MPFL, we're looking at those matches that will be played, and we look at another one where Nasarawa United, away to Aqua United in Uyo, the solid miners, as they call them, can they pick at least a draw away to away in Uyo against Aqua, who we know in their own fortress, they always play football at its best.
Yeah, and they are at the top part of the league, above Nasarawa United, and they've had a great season and a good home record. So I feel like it's going to be a tough game, but Aqua United, in the run of form that they are in, I think they'll show some class. Okay,
we look at Plateau United. They are second on the log, and they are away to Heartland FC. Well, what will happen between Heartland and Plateau United? That's a game to watch also, because Plateau really want to up the game against Rivers. Rivers are topping the table. They are away to Sunshine Stars in Akure. Akure is the place where the Owena Kings will be hosting Rivers United, who are not ready to drop the baton at all. Stanley Eguma, they've been doing well concerning that team. MFM, having a poor run of form, they'll be hosting Wiki Tories of Bauchi. Wiki Tories, they have Kabiru Dogo there, who will be looking at, okay, we can win away to MFM. Those are the matches that are actually coming up today in the MPFL Match Day 24. Completion of the ones that I played yesterday. Well, the remaining 5 is coming up, and rather ongoing right now, and we hope let the best team win. That's it, coming from the stable of 360 Sport. Now quickly, we'll move away as we talk about the English Premier League. Match will also be coming up tonight. In the EPL, quickly, a match will be coming up between Burnley and Southampton. You look at Burnley, they just sacked their Sean Dyche, who has been there for nearly 9 years, against Southampton, and you look at what are they going to do. The players are now, the man they've been with for so many times, so many years now, is no longer with them. And they are, okay, what can we do against Southampton?
You know that in football, that there are times when change is necessary. And at this point, whatever Sean Dyche was doing before is no longer working. Burnley are losing games. They are facing a relegation battle, and it was necessary. It was a necessary action by the club, and Southampton also is having a poor run of form. So these are two clubs that are struggling. So it's one of those. It's going to be a tough game because they both have a lot to fight for. So yes, Sean Dyche had a good run at the club, but it was time for a change. Burnley needed it. It's not looking good at all at this moment.
But despite the fact that they changed their code, Dyche is gone, don't you see, okay, maybe this could spoil it. Let's prove the management wrong. Let's fight for, because at times I noticed that players really they do play for coaches.
Yes, definitely.
They play for coaches, and I saw one of their players say, okay, they miss Sean Dyche. He's been with them, it's like a brother to them, and now that he's gone, they really miss him. What if they want to play and say, okay, let's just let's play for Sean and play for our team too?
You have to also consider the clubs you're playing against. Do you have the quality in your squad to play those games, and do you have the right tactics to counter those teams? The players play for coaches, but in this case, I don't think that's going to work for them. Honestly, I feel like the club just needs a revamp more of sorts. Because even if Sean Dyche is not that kind of coach, in my opinion. There are coaches that inspire, players to play for them. I don't want to mention names, but there are some coaches that we call player coaches. And I don't think Sean Dyche has that in him anymore. So it's just going to be a struggle. If they say they want to do that, it's going to be a huge struggle. So I think it's time.
News actually have that, okay, they could be gunning for Sam Allardyce to come and save the team with how many matches to go. Although Allardyce is known for always coming to rescue teams, at times he gets it right and at times it goes wrong.
I don't see that happening in this situation. I don't see that happening in this situation because there are a lot of clubs that are fighting to stay in the league right now. So it's just going to be really difficult. You have a team like Everton who are just tempting fate at this point. So Burnley can do it. I'm not saying they can't, but they really need to look at what the other teams are bringing to the table. And bringing a new coach at this point of the season, we have less than about eight games to go. What can they do in 8 games? How many games can they win? What fixtures they have in front of them? Can they outclass those teams? Up front, they are not creating a lot of chances. And even at the back, they seem a little open. So I can see Allardyce doing something, but honestly, I don't think Burnley might survive this particular battle.
Good one there. We've been looking at the chance of Burnley against Southampton tonight. Before we go, let's look at Spanish La Liga. Matches will be coming up. Let's look at Espanyol, Rayo Vallecano, Sevilla play away to Levante, Cadiz, the team that have been very strong against the big boys. They are going to be playing against Atletico Bilbao. Atletico Bilbao away to Cadiz. They are Real Sociedad against Barcelona. Barcelona need to up their game because of what happened in their last game. Well, against Real Sociedad, can they hold it? Against that team that are also doing well in the La Liga. So from the way it is, those are the matches that will be coming up tonight. Atletico Bilbao, Cadiz. You have Barcelona versus Real Sociedad, and you have Levante, Sevilla.
It's going to be tough. These are tough fixtures tonight because a lot of these teams are kind of struggling. Barcelona right now, at some point they said they were back. I don't know what's happening at the moment, but there's a lot that needs to be done, especially at the back of the squad in the defense. So it's a good run of fixtures, and it's just going to be entertaining football because all these teams have a lot to fight for. Especially Barcelona have a point to prove in this run of fixtures. So let's see how it goes. I'm interested in watching this.
Are you seeing them winning it tonight? No. Barcelona.
I envision a draw.
A draw against Real Sociedad?
Yeah, against Real Sociedad.
Why? You don't see them winning?
Real Sociedad is good at home.
I know.
Real Sociedad is really good at home.
And you remember what happened? Barcelona and Sevilla. So this could at least spur them to action. That, okay, let's do something.
Sociedad is good at home. That's what I'm going to say. And Barcelona have not really shown, like they've shown since Xavi came back, they've shown some improvement. But you can see that form has also, dwindled a little bit. And that's because it wasn't necessarily sustainable. They bought some good players, but there's a lot more that needs to be done at the club. So, and this is a Sociedad side that, like I said, they have a good home form. Even Madrid goes there and they struggle. So, and Barcelona struggling right now will definitely struggle against Sociedad at home.
Let's see what happens between Barcelona and Real Sociedad tonight, as these matches will be coming up in the Spanish La Liga fixtures. We just roll those matches out. Cadiz, Levante, Barcelona, Real Sociedad all be in action as they play those games. And also in Nigeria here, matches are ongoing in the MPFL. Match day 24 completion of the matches being played across Nigeria. That's it on 360 Sport. A wonderful time with Ede Charles. Good to have you.
It was a pleasure being here.
I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.